Now, honestly, I just got done watching episode 7.
Good thing I don't have any problems then.
Where are you going?
Anywhere you losers won't yap my ear off.
Beach, well, that's a lie. I got done watching it like 2 hours ago, but I was just making edits stuff doing this episode review. One, because I wanted to get them out before I go to sleep, which I'm still awake. But yeah, wanted to get them out because I'm basically gonna be busy for at least the morning tomorrow, so I can't really get edits out. And yeah, basically episode 7 is 32 minutes, almost 33 minutes. The whole episode had me like, oh my god, the whole episode was just great. Maybe I'm being biased because it is a recent episode. I don't think it'll be my favorite episode. I will have to have a couple of days to sit on whether it's like up there and whether I enjoy certain moments from it. But like, I don't know it's up there as my favorite episode. But in general, I couldn't tell the animation being better than the other episode until like halfway in. It felt like better. It felt better than the last episode, or at least different than the last episode.
Hey, Kane, you around?
Hey, Jax.
But in general, the episode was great. There was like basically the beach episode only lasted for like a minute or two. It was like it stopped like 5 minutes through, but the beach episode lasted and it only started like 2 minutes in, so it wasn't like too long, even though that's literally the title of the video, which is kind of thingy. Which obviously, you know, the title and the thumbnail and stuff were meant to be deceiving. Well, the thumbnail's not, but obviously, you know, the whole theme was meant to be deceiving. Kane has this whole bit about Chinese stuff, which does come in with the door.
What does it say?
I don't know. I don't understand Chinese.
Hilarious.
And I honestly thought at first it's just going to be a bit and nothing else. And then we find out later on it is true. The bit does play a part. Now when we go to Jax's room, when Jax is in his room, he's doing his own thing. We see a picture of him and Cosmo and Ribbit on a picture. And we see this in the teaser trailer before. But this, like, honestly just brought it straight back out. Like, we see more close and we see more. And Jax, like, I don't know how to describe it. He has a true smile. It feels like, I feel that people picked up on the teaser. It feels like a true smile, like he was really happy. Now, to be fair, he could be putting an act on. You couldn't tell. I also feel like I've seen this picture somewhere else other than the teaser before, but I could just be like imagining stuff. Or someone else could have made some fan made. Now, when he's dreaming, like he has this whole hallucination thing, we see Ribbit, Jax. We see Jax and Ribbit, and then Cosmo joins in, I think. I don't think he's there the whole time, but Cosmo joins in. By that, I mean, like, we see, like, him while he's hallucinating. I think he's there the whole time, but, like, I feel like I didn't see Cosmo when I was watching it the whole time. And basically, that's what the thing is. But during that whole hallucination, he had like a slight smirk smile without his teeth, and it felt like he was actually true smiling. I feel like either this means he was remembering about his past, or with Ribbit and Cosmo and how happy he was, or he was finally happy to be with Cosmo and Ribbit, in whatever the abstraction entails after, well, in the cell, I guess, because he thought it was getting abstract. There's a lot of stuff. It could also be what people see when they're similar to abstracting, which could be interesting. And basically the whole point of this episode is Abel, from Cain and Abel, it is talking about an escape. They basically go to escape. Jax has this whole rambling thing about this is probably one of Cain's ventures, which it will play a part in later.
You know what's gonna happen when we do all this? Kane's gonna pop out and say, "Congratulations on beating the Escape the Circus adventure," and everything's gonna go back to the way it always was.
Yeah, the whole thing, and obviously Abel does not want to tell Kinga, which I still think, because Kinga, he does say that Kinga was part of him. Of course, this is a trick by Kane, but Kinga was obviously part of the thingy. But I feel like Kinga actually was, and Kane knows that, and now everyone else is gonna be thrown off, like not like us, but like everyone else is gonna be completely thrown off in just general. That, you know, that Kinga wasn't hiding stuff, because Kinga specifically didn't tell them anything. It also does seem like Kinga actually is getting more self-aware of his surroundings. So in episode 8 and 9, he might stop being crazy, which is nice, to be honest, because Kinga's like my second or third favorite character in the show, in just general. Honestly, this whole episode, I had bad thoughts about Abel, because it kept sounding like Kinga was gonna be like, you know, Kinga was going to be like a villain or be like Kane. It was either in my head, it was either Kinga or Abel. I say Abel as an NPC was going to be a basically a how do you say it? basically a villain. Yeah, they were gonna be a villain, like the main villain of the show, which could still be the case, but I doubt it knowing this. But like maybe it will. I'll have to see other people's theories and if they're well written and stuff.
I'll go get Kinger.
We can fill him in later. I don't really know if I'm, ready to face him again.
But in just general, so the plan is to Jax to open the door with all his keys, which I did a video about, but we don't know the reason he has all the keys, he just has them. In just general, I don't think we see any anything. There's a corner in Jax's room that Rivet seems to be seems to connect to Rivet's door. That's what my head was in. Anyway, the plan is that Jax to go after Kane to steal the key for Kane, and basically Pomni and Ragged are talking while going to the main thing to get the little extract cards or whatever they're called, the cards that allow, or little hand things that allow you to so-called leave the main little circus. And then they basically go into when basically opens there's a balloon up there. They both end up getting thrown into that little balloon thing, go down the thing, and they're slowly walking towards the two buttons with Jax seemingly going crazy. Honestly, Jax had me on Jax's whole episode was great. We got so much character on it. Honestly, we got a decent amount of content from every character. I would say Gangle probably had the least amount of content. I would say in this, she had less than Zubul did. I think from me going off. Of course, it makes sense we get interaction with everyone. Even I feel like I noticed Kinga way more than I noticed Gangle in this episode. Maybe I'm just remembering where I am scrolling through it while we're doing this review. Maybe I'm just remembering. Which I will say, Pomni convinces Jack to basically go into this whole thing. So he had no hope. He was not having hope that this would work. So he just kind of brushed it off at first. It's like, how do we know this isn't real? Pomni convinced Jack to do it.
Wait, don't you want to come with us? This could be our one chance to finally leave all this behind.
Sure, why not?
And Jax actually did go, and then Jax was losing it because, surprise, surprise, there's a whole thing set up by Kane. And what do you know it? Kane can alter memories. I think I don't know if I did a video on it, but I think I did talk about it before. Either way, if I didn't talk about it, this was definitely one of my thoughts. Like Kane actually can alter memories and can mess with people's memories. I didn't think he did it purposely, but he can do it in some way. So I think he can do it purposely, or at least when it's meant, when he's allowed to, or is meant to.
You just lie about everything, don't you?
Huh?
You can mess with our minds too, can't you?
And from this, I didn't know it's the first. People keep saying Queen was fake. So when basically Kane was talking about the abstraction, Kane was talking about, Jax is the one who figures out that he can erase memories, and Kinga basically said scratch, and it sounded like they were talking about Queen, and from the comments that Queen's fake. I don't know. I did not pick up on that personally. I didn't feel that. I didn't see them talking about abstractions, but obviously King is the one who came up with the first abstraction, which I don't know if the first so-called abstraction is Queen. I don't think that was ever mentioned. Maybe it is Queenie, or however you say her name, but who knows. And then the episode ends on so he's staring. Honestly, the way Jax loses it, he literally laughs and says, I was right. And it's actually, I feel like the main thing he loses, he's cool in front of everyone.
I can't believe I was right!
Fact we've seen, of course, he loses his cool in front of them, pushes everyone out of the way, presses the button, and then comes the Kane appears. He loses it in this episode and then. I wonder if it's going to tie into episode 8 in general. I feel like they all got to distrust Kane, and maybe they won't even go on these adventures anymore, and obviously Kane will start breaking or whatever. In general, this is the most villainous way Kane's got, but I think I've heard, at least I haven't seen it myself, Gooseworks said that Kane wasn't going to be a villain, so I don't think Kane's going to be an actual villain, although he is an AI, so he's going to be a villain against his own will. He's going to be a villain, because, in the character's eyes, maybe, in Pomni's eyes or Jack's eyes. If Jax is calling you a scumbag, then I feel like you are pretty bad scumbag. In just general, I really like this episode. Like I said, the episode was very deceiving with saying beach. People feel I saw comments in the section saying, the beach episode is definitely going to be half of the episode, and then we're going to get half the serious stuff. I didn't think that. I thought the beach episode would be a minute or two, which I was correct in my thinking, to be fair. all in all, I absolutely love this episode. Like I said, I will have to actually think. I might do a ranking episode video, which I haven't done in a while since like episode 3 or 4. I know I was planning to do that for every episode, but like guys didn't know where to rank them. So I'll probably think in my head where to rank all the episodes. In just general, I'll probably do that video eventually. The beach episode definitely made me lose it. I'll probably also, after all these episodes do come out, because we know episode 8 is coming out in March, which is my birthday, by the way. My birthday is March 2nd, so it's coming out sometime March. I think it's March the 6th. I could be wrong. It's March something. Actually, no, I think it's March the 12th. Like I said, I could be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. But in general, I am looking forward to episode 8. 3 months, so this is the last episode this year. This isn't the last main circus video on this channel, of course. I'll be doing a bunch more videos, but it probably will die down after the first month, and then it will slowly, fade away for a while. I'll probably do a lot more edits occasionally, but other than that, it won't be too much. Like I said, the first month of an episode release makes less content, so I'll probably be banging out, putting up things straight away as quick as I can. Overall, I enjoyed this episode quite a lot. This episode was great. If I had to give it a rating, I would say, honestly, this episode had me hooked and seeing it this episode was the main episode I was looked in the whole way, mainly because last episode, so obviously, Jackson's fight, I thought that, there are moments where Jax really pushes Pomni away in this episode, which is great. He doesn't want everyone else holds hands, he doesn't hold hands, he wants to separate himself from them, and of course, and all that. There's one scene in this episode that I did I was basically Jubal's Jax said, "Oh, you got someone waiting outside?" Which Jubal replies yes, don't you? And Jax's face says he probably doesn't have someone waiting outside, but although he could have someone, but maybe that someone is someone Jax thinks hates him or something.
Rush, you got someone waiting for you outside?
Don't you?
Yeah.
Or maybe we're going to get Jax's past in the next episode. I honestly thought we were going to get a flashback this episode, although we got more Rabbit content. We haven't had an actual flashback in just general, but we've had the only flashback of the show we've had, I think, is Kinga's flashback with a Queenie, and that's obviously, because Kinga's the only way I feel would open up like that and have a flashback and picture it. So I don't know if anyone else will get a flashback. Hopefully they do. I feel if everyone's getting a flashback, I feel in episode 8 will be the best place to put flashbacks. But I'm not holding my hopes. It really depends on how long the next 2 episodes are. From what the looks is, I think they're gonna be 30 episodes. I feel because last episode was 30, this episode was 30. I wouldn't be surprised if the next episode is 30 and the last episode is 50 minutes. I feel episode 9 or something, the last episode of the main episodes, because I believe we're not getting a season 2. I believe this is in general. Although if Glitch wants to, they can definitely do a season 2 with how popular their the main saga says, great fundraisers, their stuff a lot. But Mojo, they probably won't do a season 2. Although they might. If they do a season 2, I don't think they'll announce it for a year if they end up wanting to do one. But in just general, I'm gonna see you guys there. Without further ado, see you guys next time. 10 out of 10 episode, 100%. I did say 10 out of 10? It's a 10 out of 10 regardless. I did enjoy it quite a lot, personally. It had me hooked like Syndicar, but the only thing I was annoyed is we didn't get more Pomni and Jax. We got some scenes here and there, right? But obviously they were together a bit, but we didn't really get a touch on episode 6, which I thought was gonna happen at the very least, even a mention of it. Although there are some signs, of course, if you read the signs of Jax, that's the aftermath of what happened after the fight, with Jax distancing himself. And obviously, I feel everyone can notice, but they probably don't know what's going on. Because obviously, Jubal said share his problems, which I feel in episode 8 or 9, I feel Jax is going to have a talk with Kinga. It just makes sense. A lot of people thought in this episode he would, but I feel episode 9 or 8 he actually will have a talk with Kinga because of that little conversation with Jubal, which I actually don't mind because Kinga and Jax are my favourite characters. So yeah, all in all, I liked every character in this episode. I didn't find any character annoying in this episode or overall. In just general, Ragatha and Zubul are my least favorite characters. Zubul because she doesn't appear in any. We have more scenes with the others. Ragatha because I don't really like her overall. Fake, like fake kindness. You know, fake kindness. I always hate characters like that. But like when they actually do show emotions, it's always great to see those scenes. So like that. But like Zubal's only there simply because I feel like if I think of the main saga, Zubal's my last one to think of. Even though her look is creative and all that. Till episode 4, she didn't even participate in any Avengers. So I just feel like there. Although this episode might move her up, obviously I might do a main saga tier list or ranking in this episode soon. Okay, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, do all that stuff. I enjoy talking about this. Like I said, at the end of when all 9 episodes are released, I'll probably do a conversation with all my episode reviews. I don't have an episode 1 review. I think I have an episode 2 review, but I don't have an episode 1 review because I didn't start talking about the show in episode 1. And for some reason, back then, I also didn't really do much reviews. So, yes. Without further ado, see you guys next time. Subscribe, do all that stuff. And, bye guys. I'll probably be doing a bunch of edits after this, after I end this recording. Okay, bye guys.